What are you doing with yourself? Why are you the same? Are you tired of getting the same results year after year after year? Bob Proctor, the star of the movie The Secret, says if you want to change, you have to change your paradigms that are controlling you. A paradigm is a bunch of habits. Everything you do is habitual. Your customs, your beliefs, the way you put your clothes on in the morning was taught to you by someone else. Who are you listening to? You want to change your weight, your salary, or your relationships, you first must start with your habits. Dr. Stephanie Aldrich, creator of the Habit Formula, has spent the last few years learning how to have love, health, and wealth. She has the secret sauce to all, and she wants to give it to you for free. Go to thehabitformulabook.com for more information. Hey everybody, you know what time it is. It's lunchtime with the Habit Master. I'm your host, Dr. Stephanie Aldrich, and I help people change their results. How, you say? By changing your habits, changing the daily routines that you do to get different results. So today is Thursday, and what we talk about on Thursdays is just basic habits. Habits that we all have, that we all need to improve, and we all need to think about, right? What's a big one that everybody has to deal with? And that's money, moolah, dinero, right? Everybody has to deal with money because we live on a planet that exchanges value for money, right? You want to buy something, a service or a product, you need to have some cash. You need to have some dough, right? So today we're going to talk about money and more of the awareness of money. What I want to jump into, and this is something that I do on pretty much a weekly basis, is where's my money going? Where's your money going? It's a good question that you need to be revisiting, whether it's, you get a paycheck, you get a bonus check, whatever. You don't want to just do it at the end of the year. You should be doing this on a weekly, or I would say paycheck level. If you get a bonus, then you also need to plan and realize where that money's going. Because if you don't pay attention to it, guess what? It's going to be sucked in by somebody. Everybody wants your money, okay? Realize this. There are forces greater than yourself, people that persuade you. They use the powers of persuasion and subliminal messages and peer pressure, social pressure to collect what they want for their business, for them, right? They're going to get your money. And that's what we're going to talk about today, is sitting down, taking a deep breath, and realizing, where's my money going? If you're aware of it, you can then tweak it. If you're not saving money, if you don't have enough to invest, maybe you can't afford to take a vacation. I was with a patient today, and he was talking about how sad it is that most people can't afford to take a vacation, even though, and I'm not talking about, renting a yacht for 2 weeks and sailing through the Mediterranean and, whatever. I'm talking about a simple vacation, even if it's a weekend vacation that you can take your family on and have awesome experiences with them, right? Experiences will create memories that will last, especially your children's lifetimes. They will always remember the fun stuff that you did together. But if you don't have money, you don't have any moolah, you haven't planned for that vacation and that experience, you're never going to take it, okay? And let's jump into areas that we spend our money so that we can tweak them a little bit, and we're going to talk about that too. I really think anybody can tweak things, and we're going to base this off of a certain amount of yearly income, and this can be a whole income for you and your spouse or boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever. If you guys are living together, I'm just going to pick a number and we're going to go with that, okay? Before we get started though, you want to create a good money habit. Grab a free copy of my book called The Habit Formula at thehabitformulabook.com. In there, I run through exercises at the end of each chapter, and it helps you get your money right. If that's a goal for you, especially in 2019, right? We still have a whole 4 months left. You have September, October, November, and December. We still have a quarter of the year left. If you want to start working on your money, and that's a big priority for you, for your family, for your future, go to thehabitformulabook.com. It's free. Why aren't you getting it? If you're not getting it, it's because I guess you're just comfortable living the way you are. You're comfortable not having any money. You're comfortable, letting other people have these awesome vacations and experiences with their kids, and you're just happy complaining about it. You're happy playing the victim to it, right? If you are, I don't want you watching this anymore, right? Don't watch this if you're just going to complain and be a victim. I want this show to be for people that want to do something with themselves, that want to improve their lives, that want to have awesome experiences with their kids, right? We're going to talk about money today. So, before we jump into certain ways, right? The average American earns $58,000 a year, okay? So what we're going to do is just combine two people, and we're going to base all of this off of a household income of $100,000, okay? And you can always cut this. We're going to do percentages, so you can always cut this in half or cut it in, by 3/4 or, whatever it is, so that it matches what you're making, okay? But the percentages are all the same, so it doesn't matter, okay? But we're going to show where we're spending our money and then how to cut that a little bit so that you have money to invest more than just your 401k, okay? And also be able to buy new carpet, buy new furniture when you need it. Hey, you need your air conditioner fixed in your car, right? You need to have money for those things because insurance isn't going to pay for that, right? You need to have some extra cash in case something goes wrong. What if the furnace goes? That's $3,500 right there. What if you don't have it, right? These 9 ways that we're spending our money, we're going to be able to tweak them a little bit so that we can save some for a rainy day, for something that goes wrong. And then whatever's left over after that, we can invest and make more money. Right? That's what it's all about. Being comfortable, having security, having a little bit of freedom to pick and choose experiences that we have. And that's all that money does. So the average savings account, they said, was $8,800. Okay? So $8,800, if your water tank goes out, that's going to cut almost in half your bill. Well, by a third. Okay? That's going to cut that in half. So you need to have more than $8,000 saved. Usually they say 3 to 6 months of salary, and I think that's a great option. Anything more than that, you need to start investing it in something that's going to pay you, okay? That you can receive dividends from, and will give you a little kickback plus grow the initial principal too, okay? So what we're going to talk about is, people say that you should save at least 10% of your savings, okay? Well, that's all good said and done, but where are you spending your money? You're never going to be able to save that 10% if you're not knowing where it's going to begin with. You need to have that awareness, okay? Where is my money going? Do I really want to spend it on that? That's your second question. So the first question is, where is it going? And the second question that you're going to be starting to ask yourself on a pretty much weekly basis when you get your paycheck, or every 2 weeks, whatever. Do I really want to spend my money on this? Do I really need that new pair of boots that cost a couple $100, right? Okay, if I put that couple $100 away, and wear the boots that I already have, can I take that vacation? Can I get the new furniture that we really need because our other stuff is getting holes in it and wearing down from the kids jumping on it and spilling stuff on it? I'm cleaning it all the time, or it's ripped or scratched up. That's how you're supposed to do things. That's an easy way for you to start saving stuff, is ask yourself that important question. Is this something I really want? Am I just dying to have this thing? I have to have it. I must have it to improve my life, right? Most of the time you're going to say, nah, I'm okay. I would rather have something else. A vacation. I want to take the kids to this place. I want to get my honey something special that he or she has been wanting, right? I want to be the hero, right? When you start having that type of mentality, all of these 9 things that we're going to go over, you're going to see the areas that you can cut. And it's not going to be that hard to cut them, okay? So the first thing, where is your money going? Where? Is housing. And this is a big one. Now this includes utilities, this includes insurance for the house. This is about 33% of your income goes to housing, okay? Now, to me, that's a big part. Things break. Is there any way for you to live in a smaller house? Maybe not as much land to take care of. Maybe you're living in a community that, it's a condo and you don't have any type of outside work that you have to do. You don't have to mow the lawn. You don't have to do snow removal. All that stuff's included. If something breaks, maybe you're renting an apartment and you just call the super and say, hey, I got a clogged drain. Come and fix it, okay? This is a big thing that you may or may not be able to do. You may or may not be able to get out of the situation that you're in, okay? Maybe you're upside down with the economy and that, and you owe more than really what it's worth, right? If you need to stay put, then this is not the area that you need to tweak, okay? But if you're thinking about buying a house or going from a condo to a house or a rental to a house, what you need to realize is houses are just like boats. Something's always breaking. Something's always going to need to be improved. And guess who gets to pay for that? You and me, right? So the less house, then you can fix it up. Don't be house poor, okay? Buy something, if you're going to get into a house that you know you're going to be able to take care of. It doesn't need a lot of fixing up, or if it does, that you know how to fix it, because hiring someone else is going to cost you a triple of what it would cost to fix it yourself. So make sure you know what you're getting yourself into before you do that. The second thing is car, okay? That's with gas and insurance, about 15%, okay? So that's another huge cost. Is there any way to cut down on your car payments? Can you lease it? If you're not putting more than 12,000 miles a year, and some people, they're salespeople, they have a big commute, that's not even an option, right? But what if, like for me, I only live 5 minutes from my office, from the house. Is there any way for me to, lease? Usually a lease is going to save you, about $1,200 a year between leasing and buying, right? And most of the time you're only leasing for 2 to 3 years, and you may have to put tires on it, but a lot of times you don't even have to do that. So the cost of that is even less because you're not doing repairs on it, right? Because they're newer cars, they're brand new cars, and by the time you take it back and turn it in, you're getting another new car. So your expenses kind of go down from there because there's nothing breaking down on that. So that's something to think about. Can you tweak that? The third one is food. Now this includes going out. how much was that? 12%. That includes going to restaurants, and that includes food for, your cooking. And if you do eat out, like totally, you're living in a bigger city, and you're good. This is probably even more than that, because obviously, if you're not cooking, you're not buying a lot of groceries, it's a lot more expensive to eat out. So that might be even more. You have insurance and Social Security. So we're just going to say Social Security plus other insurances. So life insurance and the car insurance and all that stuff is another 12%. Taxes, basically. Okay? And it could be even more. The more you earn, the more tax you're going to pay, right? You got health care. Companies only pay so much, and then you have to pay the rest of it, right? What if your kid needs glasses and your coverage doesn't, handle that? Well, then you're paying that. So that's 8%. Okay? Entertainment. So this is basically what's not included in food here. Okay, going out. But this is just going to the movies, taking your kids skiing, golfing, anything like that is, I think, lump sum entertainment here. Okay, the seventh way is charity. Maybe church, maybe you belong to a certain civic organization that you give money to. Charity is about 3%. We've got clothes. That's 4%. Now, some clothing is mandatory because you have a uniform you have to wear. Maybe you're, in sales, you're in business, and you have a dress code. You have to wear a suit. A dress. You have to be professionally dressed. Well, that can eat up. Those clothes aren't cheap, right? That can eat up the 4% pretty quick, and it could be even higher. Now, the last thing is just miscellaneous. So what is left, okay, that doesn't fall into one of these other categories? This could be vacation. This could be I don't know, grandma falls down and, she needs a special chair and you're, helping her with this. This is basically the rest of the money. So that's 8%. And we don't know really where it's going. You're just hacking at it a little bit at a time. So this all equals 100% of your money. Okay? So if we're basing it off of the 100,000 here, that's 33,000, 15,000, 12,000, 12,000, 8,000, 5,000, 8,000, 4,000, and 3,000. Okay? Now, what we have to start thinking is, remember that main question that we were talking about earlier. Is this going to serve me? Do I really want to put my money, the money that I worked hard for? I had to put up with all of these crappy people to get this money, and now I'm going to blow it on all this stuff. Do I really want it? Can I not live without this new iPhone, right? Now, I just had to buy an iPhone. I loved my old phone, but the audio jack wasn't working anymore. I wasn't hearing anything. I couldn't use it. I couldn't call anybody. I couldn't hear them. They couldn't hear me. So the microphone/audio jack was just busted. Okay? And I needed a phone, right? So I can tape these videos for you. Plus, I need to communicate with people, right? I can't just text people all the time. So I needed a new phone. Okay? My other phone was, I think, 4 or 5 years old. I'm the kind of person that I don't really care how old it is. I'm going to use it till I can't use it anymore. And I think that's why I have been able to have enough money to put away, to save, to invest, because I'm trying to shield myself, to build a little bubble. Think of a little bubble that's around me and my wallet and my pocketbook, right? You got to penetrate that to get my money, okay? I got to really, really want it. It needs to either make me more money, right, as an investment, or maybe some training or something to get a skill set better, or I got to really, really want it for me to spend my money anymore. And I think that's a good habit to start having, and you got to build up the resistance for it, because some people, especially women, would love to shop, that kind of thing. I've never been a big shopper because I never had any money growing up. We didn't have a lot of extra money that you could just go and buy. Remember in the 90s, the Guess jeans and the Izod stuff, and with all the little symbols and the Pacifica, and I don't even remember. But anyway, I didn't have any of that stuff. We went to Hills or Walmart or Target and bought all of our stuff. It was all off-brand, but you know what? Nobody freaking cared. I still dated people and still looked good and felt good about myself. Is that important to you, right? Is that what you want to spend your money on? Some people, their image is very important. You got to think, is that how you want to spend your money? Your image might be important, but you might have credit card debt up to your wazoo, right? Do you want to live like that? Do you want to always be broke? And you got to start thinking. You got to start becoming aware of where your money's going. Where is it? Where is it going? And is it really that important? Most people, they don't notice what you're dressed in. I don't even know. I met my friend last night for her birthday. We had a drink. I couldn't even tell you what she was wearing. Don't care. I was focused on my drink and the conversation, and we had a good time, okay? And it cost me $0 because I had a gift card, right? I got a rebate, a reward from one of my dental suppliers. It cost me nothing, okay? It was about the experience, right? Even if it did cost me money, it was about the experience, and that's what this whole thing is about. So what we're going to do is kind of dive into these areas and see where can we save some money, where can we cut, where can we become aware of where we're spending our money, and is there any place that we can think about, hey, I don't need to spend it on that, and if I don't, and I'm a little more frugal, this is what I get. It's all about putting it from one place and drying it and putting it in another. So let's talk about it here. Now, I'm still basing it off of the $100,000, okay? So if you make less, it's a percentage, okay? Doesn't matter. Make more, still doesn't matter. It's a percentage, okay? So where can we save money? And start thinking about these things, okay? We already talked about a car. Can you lease it? If you can lease it because you're not going to put a lot of miles on it, do that, okay? Sell your other car, trade it in, whatever, and start leasing, okay? You got to do the math on that and see. If you're the type of person that runs your car basically into the ground, then that might be the better option for you, because then you're not really spending any money, and the cost average over 10 years, if you're driving it for 10 years or more, then it really doesn't matter. That might be the best way to go, okay? So the first place that we're cutting is this miscellaneous. We got to make sure we know where this extra money is. It's miscellaneous, so it didn't fall into those other 8 categories that we just went over. Where did that money go, right? 8%, that equals $8,000. What can you do with $8,000, right? Pay off a credit card, that you had, or debt, student loan debt, business debt. Take your family on vacation. It's pretty easy with $8,000. You can take a family on vacation. You can go to Disney, maybe only a few days, but you could go to Disney for 4 people for $8,000 and have a wonderful time and be able to buy stuff there, right? And have the memories, get the photograph in front of Cinderella's castle, right? Think about it. How can you cut that 8% out, right? Because that was 8%. Number 2 is the food. Now, obviously, we got to eat, right? Be nice if I could spell. You got to eat, but how are you eating? Are you going out a lot? Okay? Are you meeting your buddies? You know, certain people that I know go out to lunch every day, okay? And they're spending, on average, $10 to $15 a week on lunch. I pack my own lunch. I might spend, I don't know, maybe $2, $3 on lunch, okay? Because I've made it and I've brought it here. So let's say on average that's $10 a day times 5. Guess what? $50. Times 52 weeks. That's what? $2,500. Something like that. I'm terrible with math, so $2,500 if you pack your lunch and stop going out with your buddies just for lunch. And that's just $10. What if you live in a bigger city? It's going to be double that. What would you do with $5,000? I mean, holy crap. Now you're starting to think it adds up, right? Do you need the Starbucks for $5? You're doing that every day, right? So 5 times 7, you're not even just doing, you're doing it on the weekends. 35, right? So that's still a big hunk of change for water, muddy water, right? With a little sugar cream or what, a frappuccino, ichicino, la la la, right? Put a little froth on it, okay? What can you do with that kind of money? I mean, now we're talking some dough here. You can invest it. I invest, let's see, so I save, so a third goes to tax, right? So now I have 2/3 of my salary left. I save another third of that after tax. I actually save over half of that and I invest it. We still go out for food. My husband pays for that, but we don't go out very often. You know, we're not going out every night. I pack my lunch. My son packs his lunch. My hubby's the one that spends a little bit of money because he's traveling throughout the day, all throughout the state, doing, you know, in his business. So he has to eat out. But we save our money because I don't eat out. I eat usually after this podcast, and I pack, and so does my son. So we save money by, you know, not spending on that. I don't drink coffee, so, you know, I'm not spending my money on that, right? Think of like miscellaneous too, maybe gym memberships, golf memberships, you know, anything like that, okay? Gym memberships, how much are you spending, right? There's a lot of places like Planet Fitness, $10 a month, right? How expensive is your place? Is the apartment building that you're living in or condo complex, do they have a weight room facility that you could go out and work out for free there, right? You're already paying for it through your rent and homeowners association. Is there a community spot that you can do? Or do something that's a bigger chain that only costs you $10 a month instead of $100 a month? Because right there, you're saving $90, so that's $800, right? Now we're talking some money here. Let me see. Entertainment. So that was kind of lump sum, you know, you're going out, having a beer. Entertainment. I'm spelling stuff wrong here. Entertainment. Okay. Food, maybe we can cut a little bit. Entertainment, you know, going to the movies. You know, anything that costs money that you're doing, that doesn't include vacation, right? Cut it down. What about charity? Now, this is a big one that I'm sure I'll get slack from. But $3,000, right? Because it's 3% of your salary. You're actually giving to someone else. Now, that doesn't mean that they're not helping people. I'm not even saying that, but you're in no financial position to be giving anybody money except yourself and your future, your children, your retirement, your health, okay? your spirituality, that's fine. What about giving to charity in other ways? Donating services, donating your time to help with things, right? You could go help build a house. Doesn't cost you any money except time, right? Instead of having monetary values, you can save $3,000 by not giving money to the church, by not giving money to any charitable organization. Give your time. Do it in a different way. Help people. Mentor somebody. Volunteer doing something. Spend time at a soup kitchen or, a kids, boys and girls organization. Give your time, your energy, your effort, your knowledge. Don't give money yet. When you have all this stuff worked out, you have extra money, you're investing a bunch of money, you're getting proceeds from that, then you can start giving money to the places that you really want, right? But right now, most people don't have that luxury. It might make you feel good about yourself, but instead of just writing a check out blindly, write your check to yourself, okay? Do it for your family, your kids, your grandkids, right? Leave a legacy for them. Leave them something to look up to. Obviously, clothes is another thing. Now, like I said, it depends on what your profession is. Do you have to dress professionally? Well, obviously, those types of clothes usually cost more. But what if they don't? I wear my scrubs, like this is $30, and I'll probably wear these for the next, 10 years. I've spent $30 for 10 years, right? I always do that until the elastic wears out, or I start getting a hole in them, or they start getting yucky, right? Be like that. Don't be that constant shopper that has to, wear all the fad stuff, the shoulders are exposed here. Yeah, I got the bell bottoms, the faded jeans, all that stuff. Buy stuff that is neutral in color, maybe a splash of color somewhere, like a scarf or an accessory or something. You buy the classic stuff that is neutral in color and that you can mix and match. And that stuff will last you. You're an adult, right? As long as your weight doesn't fluctuate too much, you can have those clothes for a long time. Don't be that person that has to go shopping every 5 seconds and be in the latest fad, because those clothes are going to go bye-bye and you're trashing a lot of money, okay? And then we already talked about the last one, which is the car. Can you lease it? Can you buy a little bit of a cheaper car? Can you buy a used car instead of buying a new car? Is there a way for you to save money that way? Or are you one of those people that drive the car until it runs, you drive it into the ground? Those are the best kind, because then the cost of maintaining the car and paying for the car is really, really minimal compared to always having a new car every 5 years, right? You pay one off and you go get another one, right? It can save you money, okay? So let's go through these. Some of these and talk about it, okay? So we're going to put a money factor to it. So the miscellaneous, right? It was the 8%. If we cut that out, you're getting $8,000, okay? Let's say that you're cutting your food down. Well, let's say you're not going to cut the miscellaneous totally. You're just going to cut it in half, okay? So now, because you got to have some fun, you got to have a little vacation, whatever. So let's not be total frugal, crazy people here. We're just going to start cutting, tweaking a little bit, okay? If you can't cut that much, what can you cut, okay? Because it equals hard dollars here, and start adding this crap up. It adds up, okay? So let's say we're just cutting it in half, miscellaneous. So food, we're going to cut down on, doing the Starbucks every day. If you want to do it twice a day for a treat, hey, I really need it Monday to get me going, and Friday because I did a great job this week. Okay, or Saturday I want to go spend time and read the paper or whatever. Okay, let's say you cut this in half again. So this was 12%, and we're going to cut it to 6. All right. We're not going to go out as much. We're going to do one meal that's pizza or, something fast food. And the other meal might be a little bit nicer, but it's still not going to be, going to a fancy restaurant and spending, $200, $300, $400 for one meal, right? For some food. So that's going to give you $6,000. Let's say entertainment, same thing. So it used to be, entertainment was 5%. Let's say we're going to cut it down to 3%. So, you got to have some fun. So that's going to save you $2,000. Charity, we're eliminating altogether. So that's giving you $3,000. You give your time, you give your knowledge, you give your, your energy, but you're not giving any more money. That money's for you until the day that you can actually give the amount you really want to give, right? Clothes, we're just going to cut a little bit. And we're going to go down to 1%. So clothes was 4%. We're going to go down to 3%. So that saves us $1,000. Okay. Maybe we're just shopping sales. Maybe we're doing more thrifty stuff. Maybe we're going to outlets. That kind of thing. Another thing with food is think of bulk buying, right? Invest your money in a food saver. That's what I do, and I freeze a lot of stuff. So we buy it in bulk at the, Sam's Clubs kind of thing, the big club stores, and then we break them down. And a lot of times what I do is we call it Grill-a-Palooza at my house. So my husband goes, buys a ton of different meats, I grill it all, and then he food savers it into smaller portion size. So when it's time to make a meal, it's already cooked. Boom, it's already portioned. All I have to do is throw it in the microwave and put a veggie or something on the side or a salad or something. And guess what? Food's done usually within 15 minutes. And it's a nice meal. And it's a lot less expensive if you can buy things in bulk. Okay? So that's going to help with your food too. Get one of those food savers. They really do help. So what do we have here? Car we kind of already talked about, but I'm not going to put a money value because that's kind of something that it depends on your situation, right? So we got 10, 11, 12, 12, 15, 16 grand, people, that you can save just by tweaking things. So 16K. Now, obviously, if you don't make 100,000, because that's what I was basing it on, that's okay. Whatever it is, if you're making half of that, you can still save 8,000, right? Most people, the average American, makes 58,000. So if you have a combined income, you're probably making close to 100. What can you do with $16,000? And I just tweak stuff a little bit. I didn't eliminate stuff. You're still, having some entertainment. Maybe you're not golfing 5 days a week, but maybe you can golf 1 day a week or 2 days a week, right? You're not going out for a cappuccino every day. You're cutting it back. You're not going out to lunch every day. You're cutting it back a little bit. Doesn't mean you can't go and live and have fun. But these are easy ways. Easy. What can you do with $16,000? Maybe the house needs siding. You could put a new roof on for a lot less than that. You can invest that money, right? What I did was, over the past couple of years, I really built up a lot of my salary, and I didn't know what I was going to do with it. And I invested in a real estate fund. And that real estate fund is paying me 4.5% right now. So I'm getting a check. I'll be getting a check this week because the 15th, every month I get a check. It's going to be, I don't know, like $1,100. So right there is almost as much as I saved for the year. 12,000, it'll be 13,000, right? Well, what can you do with an extra 16,000? Go on a vacation, buy some stocks, pay for your kids' college education. That could be 1 year state school or almost, right? And all you did was tweak things a little bit. You started asking yourself, Do I really want that? Am I going to spend my money on that? $10 here, $50 there, $200 there. It all adds up to the $16,000. This is nothing like you're still eating out, you're still doing stuff, you're just tweaking. You're not doing it as often, right? When you are set and you've got money in the bank and you're like, yeah, then maybe I can go spend some more stuff. Maybe I can take a better vacation, a nicer, longer vacation, take more time off of work, right? But most of us aren't there yet, okay? Most of us have to do the grinding and, the scheduling and the budgets and the planning, and that's okay. Stop making it such a big deal, and just realize that if you want to get to this destination, you got to do what you got to do, right? So I hope today all this stuff has, given you some ideas of things that you can change. All you got to do is tweak a little bit. You got to start thinking to yourself, where's my money going? Where is it going? And the second question is, who am I giving it to? Do you deserve my money? I worked hard for this money. Do I really want your product or service? Do I have to have it? Is it something that is going to change my life? Is it something that I'm going to use for a very long time and get my money's worth out of it and beat it up and use it until I can't use it anymore? Or is it just something that I kind of want, that kind of looks good? But do I really want to spend my hard-earned money on that? And if you ask yourself those two questions, you realize where you're spending it, and do you really want to spend it on that certain item? I can guarantee you're going to start having some surplus around there. You're going to be aware of your surroundings and that everybody's got their hand in your pocket trying to get you money. I don't like to spend my money. I'm a frugal kind of person. I spend it when I have to have something. I need new furniture. I need new carpet because there's a hole in it. When I want something, I've already been saving. I've said no a lot. Start saying no to other people. They just want your money, right? Stop giving it to them for stupid stuff. Stop spending your money on junk, on stuff that, like, where did my paycheck go? I don't even know. Right. Stop going to the bar with your buddies and spending all kinds of money. Grab a 6-pack, watch the game. It's a lot cheaper. And you'll have more fun anyway, right? Because you guys will be kidding around, joking around, and it's more comfortable, okay? So stop spending your money on stupid stuff and start saving it and putting it into things that can pay you, as in maybe real estate or some type of investment, and also have some real fun with it. Take your family on excursions, on vacations that will give them experience. So that's it for me today. Remember to go to iTunes or Spotify if you're a podcast person, because I upload all the Lunchtime with the Habit Master episodes. So you don't need to miss anything and you can listen in your car, on your iPhone, iPad, whatever. Also, go to my YouTube site. I just uploaded some other videos this past week on the 3 pillars of success. Some of them have to do with mindset, some of them have to do with planning, and some of them have to do with actions. All to help you guys get better results for 2019. And obviously, grab a free copy of my book called The Habit Formula at thehabitformulabook.com. If you really want to dive deeper and learn how to really boost your results, upgrade your order when you go to that website. So that's it for me. I hope everybody's had a great day. And remember, we want to build good habits together. I'll see you guys tomorrow.